$650 billion. Just let that number sink in for a second. That is the absolutely staggering amount of cash that major tech companies are projected to drop on AI data centers in the year 2026 alone.
Welcome to this explainer. When we think about the cloud or artificial intelligence, it's super easy to picture something invisible, right? Like abstract algorithms or data just kind of floating around in the ether. But today, we're going to completely change how you look at that. We are making the invisible tangible. We're going to dive into the massive physical reality of the AI boom that's quietly reshaping our world right now. And trust me, the sheer scale of this whole shebang, it's going to fascinate you.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with the AI infrastructure boom, touch on a brief history of data, compare traditional versus AI centers, look at the trillion-dollar rush, the intense toll on power and water, and finally, we're taking AI to space. Let's get started.
Section 1. The AI infrastructure boom. Building the new cloud.
All right, so for just a moment, let's completely shift our focus away from the software side, AI algorithms like ChatGPT, and look instead at the massive physical fortresses being built from the ground up to actually house them. To truly grasp the magnitude here, just look at a few of these current mega projects. Out in Indiana, Amazon is building Project Rainier across 1,200 acres of farmland. It's an $11 billion facility designed to draw 2.2 gigawatts of electricity. To put that into perspective, 2.2 gigawatts is the power equivalent of 1 million households. 1 million! And that's just a single site. Down in Louisiana, Meta's Hyperion facility is targeting 5 gigawatts. Over in Pennsylvania, they're building a 3,200-acre project right on top of an old, decommissioned coal plant, aiming for over 4.4 gigawatts. And then there's Stargate, this sprawling, multi-state mega-project developed by OpenAI and Oracle. Guys, we are building infrastructure at a scale literally never before seen in human history.
Let's move to Section 2 and see how this builds. A brief history of data, from vacuum tubes to gigawatts.
Now, to really appreciate the colossal scale we just talked about, we definitely need a little historical context. The history of the data center actually starts way back in 1946 with ENIAC, which was built for the U.S. Army. It's largely considered the very first data center, basically 18,000 vacuum tubes crammed into a single room of about 1,800 square feet. Fast forward in the 1960s, and we moved to transistors and giant mainframes like IBM's Owego facility. Then the 90s brought the dot-com boom and internet data centers, which morphed pretty seamlessly into the cloud computing era of the 2000s when AWS launched. But now, in the 2020s, the game has fundamentally changed with the explosion of specialized AI data centers. The leap from a single 1,800 square foot room in 1946 to these 1,200-acre gigawatt mega campuses today, it is absolutely astounding.
Section 3. Traditional versus AI centers. A massive power shift. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is understanding exactly why these new AI facilities have to be so huge and so insanely power-hungry. It all comes down to the hardware. When we compare it directly, the architectural shift is dramatic. See, traditional data centers run mostly on standard CPUs. A server rack in those typical centers uses roughly 5 to 10 kilowatts of power, and the hardware lasts a pretty comfortable 5 to 7 years. But AI data centers? Totally different beast. They run on specialized AI accelerators, like GPUs and TPUs, which chew through 2 to 4 times the energy of regular CPUs. Because of this, an AI data center packs 60 or more kilowatts of power into a single server rack. Plus, because training these massive machine learning models puts the hardware under such extreme stress, the lifespan of these incredibly expensive chips can be as short as 1 to 8 years before they're completely obsolete or literally burned out. So next time you prompt an AI, maybe think about the extreme heat radiating on the other side of the screen.
Section 4. The trillion-dollar rush, financial maneuvers, and hardware shortages. So this rapid hardware transition is causing massive economic ripple effects. McKinsey actually estimates that nearly $7 trillion, with a T, will be spent globally on AI data centers by the year 2030. This absolute construction frenzy has literally exhausted global memory chip supplies. By 2026, an estimated 70% of all global memory chip production is going to go straight into data centers, leaving a measly 30% for consumer electronics and, well, everything else. Remember that Stargate project we mentioned earlier? Well, under an agreement with major manufacturers, Stargate alone is slated to scoop up roughly 40% of total global DRAM wafer production. These data centers are acting like a giant vacuum cleaner for the world's semiconductors.
And to afford all this hardware, we're witnessing some incredibly unique financial engineering. Tech companies are setting up things called special-purpose vehicles and securing GPU-backed loans. It's pretty wild. For instance, Meta structured a massive $30 billion deal via a special-purpose vehicle, rather than borrowing the cash directly, which basically lets them offload the infrastructure risk. Meanwhile, a cloud company called CoreWeave secured $12.4 billion in loans from private credit firms and major banks. And guess what they used as collateral? The physical NVIDIA GPU chips themselves. Yeah, the computer chips are quite literally being treated like prime real estate.
Section 5. Power, water, and grid. The physical toll of artificial intelligence.
Building and running all of this highly specialized hardware requires an enormous amount of physical, natural resources. Let's look objectively at the environmental metrics researchers have compiled. Due to the intense heat generated by those 60-kilowatt server racks we were just talking about, water usage for cooling data centers in the US is forecasted to skyrocket from 17 billion gallons to nearly 80 billion gallons by 2028. That is an ocean of water. And from 2024 to 2030, researchers estimate US AI data centers will emit somewhere between 24 and 44 million metric tons of carbon dioxide. Furthermore, as the International Energy Agency points out, the electricity draw of these newer, larger facilities can easily equal the consumption of 1 to 2 million individual households per facility.
Naturally, this immense resource demand has created a highly complex political landscape. At the federal level, administrations from both major political parties have strongly supported expanding AI infrastructure, mostly citing the need for technological leadership and national competitiveness. On the flip side of the coin, a coalition of over 230 environmental and community groups is actively advocating for a nationwide moratorium on new construction. They are raising some very serious concerns about the environmental footprint, water scarcity, and the real potential for rising residential energy bills in local communities.
So the crucial point is that this all comes down to hard physical capacity limits. The North American Electric Reliability Corporation, they're an impartial grid monitor, has explicitly warned that building new data centers could negatively affect the electrical grid and actually cause power outages during extreme weather. To try and keep up with this insatiable demand without breaking the grid, we're seeing some controversial moves from energy providers. We're talking about slowing the retirement of older coal plants and tech giants literally building their own private, off-grid natural gas plants just to guarantee they have enough steady power to keep the AI running.
Section 6. The final frontier, space. Taking AI infrastructure into orbit.
Okay, if the grid on Earth is maxed out, where do we go next? Well, it sounds like pure science fiction, but to overcome Earth's power and cooling constraints, companies like Google, SpaceX, and a startup called StarCloud are looking to physically put data centers into orbit. And this brilliantly illustrates just how far we're willing to go. The steps are actually pretty straightforward. First, you launch highly specialized AI chips like NVIDIA H100s or Google TPUs into space. Second, you harness the uninterrupted, abundant solar energy available outside Earth's atmosphere to power them. And third, you train the models directly in orbit. In fact, StarCloud recently launched a satellite carrying an NVIDIA GPU and successfully trained a small model called NanoGPT. That marks the very first AI model ever trained in space. No way, right?
We have explored an absolutely incredible journey today, all the way from that 1,800 square foot ENIAC computer back in 1946 to today's 1,200-acre gigawatt mega campuses that draw the power of 1 million homes. We've seen how this tech is essentially exhausting global memory chip supplies and fundamentally altering our energy grids, all in the name of artificial intelligence. It really is a build-out of physical infrastructure unlike anything we've ever seen before. And it leaves us with one final, provocative question to ponder. Will the AI boom break the electrical grid before it reaches the stars? Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, and I'll see you next time.